Good times. Hey, that's actually a better segue than I think we're gonna get here tonight for this introduction. So tonight I'm so fortunate. Thank you again, Swan, for letting me host Doodle Crew. I love this show. I love the magic that happens, and tonight we're taking a stroll down memory lane, and we will be doing a draw from memory challenge. Swan told me that this was happening, and I got so excited, and then my ADHD brain completely forgot about it until recently when I was gently reminded, hey, we're going to do that show that you said you would do. And so here we are doing that show. Yeah. I want to go around and everybody introduce themselves before we kick things off. Again, this is Doodle Crew at Doodle Crew Draw on the socials, and we can start directly below me if that's all right, and then we'll go that way.
I think I have that figured out. I think that means I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Laura Charles. I'm a traditional artist and I like nerdy things. So it's my intro.
Nice.
Does that mean I'm next? I'm no
sure
good
does.
with
Is yours longer than mine?
Sorry.
I can go longer
this
if
way,
you want.
This way. So that'll be you, Megan.
All right. Hey, I'm Megan Cook. I am a digital artist and author. You can find me across the web at Megan C Creates. And I actually don't have anything to promote this week, so just follow me.
That's because you are reveling in your success of a successful Kickstarter.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Heck yeah.
They're always a journey.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the fun part, right? That's what they tell me.
Feels so stressful. I'm so glad I don't make anything worth giving money to. And as always, who do we have to my digital left? Is that how this works?
I can't even keep up anymore.
My real life straight ahead.
Yes. What up? So, you know me, you're on my channel, but you can also follow me across the internet at a swan named Emily. I am Swan. I'm super, super excited. This is so much fun. As most of you know, I am on a podcast with Mike. So I have been excited to get him on an episode of Doodle Crew. So yeah, also I'm super excited because I can just draw tonight and he can take the reins. So bonus for me.
Yeah, and for folks who don't know me, I am Mike Ellison. I am friends with Emily Swan, and it is a true source of pure joy in my life. I cannot believe how lucky I am to be friends with Swan and to know her and to get to do a show. Oh yeah, you can find me at Future X Skeleton across the internet. Swan has a hard time with this. The X is like a space. It's like an underscore, except I'm 30. I'm in my 30s and still straight edge, like a high school student. And so I use the X to let the people know. Drug-free youth, even though I'm old. And drug-free olds. I also play in a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons podcast called Adventure Incorporated with my fiance and my college improv troupe. And I do a bunch of other stupid things on the internet. And so you can find us online, however you Google. We love you, and we're so excited. I'm on probation. What? Raven, what I do? I only just started. Anyway, we'll find out what I did shortly. First, drawing from memory, y'all. I agonized over how I would pare down the universe of animated characters for y'all to draw. And so I started thinking, and I picked a very specific like cartoon that I was in love with as a child, and then realized that this is too specific, and kind of expanded from there. And so as the night goes on, and folks start kind of completing these drawings, we'll start giving out more and more characters, and I hope that the association will become pretty clear pretty quickly. To start off the night, I would like everyone to draw the same character as their first go. And if you finish early, or if you, as soon as you finish, let me know, and then we'll give a new character to you specifically, the artist, to start a new sketch of. So you can take your time to do it as detailed as you want, or as loose and crazy as you want, and then be done with it and move on to the next. It's entirely up to you. That's what I love about art. There's no fucking rules. So with that said, I would like all of you to draw me Dick Dastardly.
Oh gosh.
Oh no. And I
This
just watched that Scooby-Doo movie.
This is a cartoon character who drives quickly. He's got a pet. Let's see.
I'm gonna make something up.
He also has facial hair. He's got a fine set of facial hair. Folks in chat already getting it. Feeling me.
Wacky racers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be making all of these up.
Yes.
Turn on.
This is so fun. Actually, you know what? Swan said that I can draw if I want to. And let me tell you, I have a mouse and I have paint. And so at some point during the night, I will bust out my best paint rendition of a character. I don't know when, but I do know that I'll do it because I want to play drawing on stream. Y'all are so good at it. And like Swan right away killing it here. How do let's see, I think it's this one. Yeah.
I'm trying to be good, and I'm trying not to look at the screen so I can't see what Laura and Megan are doing. So I'm fully from my
looking
brain
at what you're doing.
I
have no idea what this show is. I feel really bad. I'm clearly not the right kind of geek.
No way. So that's the best part about this prompt, Laura. Feel free to do kind of whatever thing you want to do on this one, and then once we've got a drawing, we can move on to another character that relates in a way. I'm also focusing on Laura right now because physical art is crazy. This is so cool. Like, there's a whole element of digital art that beyond just doing the physical mechanical motions of it all, the magic of a computer, right? But then also, I don't know. Like I said, the last time I used charcoal, it was just removing it from a fire pit. And so here is someone drawing something with it.
See, now the next time you have the charcoal in the fire pit, you're going to have to get like a piece of cardboard and actually draw on it and see what you can come up with.
I'm getting a real tuxedo mask vibe off Laura's drawing so far, and I love it. Sonata Mag says, I think I can picture him. That feels true of most folks here right now in Doodle Crew. So we got a question in chat about the over-under on Delphine Raven's favorite aquatic Scooby-Doo ripoff showing up. And that will be dependent on a few different factors. Is the most spoilery I'm willing to get here. As we go, let's jump over to Megan and see what's going on here.
No.
No? Okay,
I
never
feel
mind.
like it's all wrong.
She feels like it's all wrong, y'all. I don't know. It looks all right.
It's all wrong.
It looks all right at worst, Megan. So
No.
Can you tell that I did
No
not
doubt.
spend my animation years drawing Hanna-Barbera style characters? Can you tell?
I can tell that you knew exactly who this was.
Not at first, and it's the panic I was looking for of the like. Again, this is how I get my kicks here in quarantine. That like I know this name, but I can't even conjure up an image in my brain of it. So it, but the little details help. Like that at least gives me a place to start.
So fun. Y'all, look how cool this drawing from Laura is. It's amazing.
I'm sorry, it's not the real. What was it, Dick Dastardly?
Do not apologize. That is awesome. I am loving this interpretation of Dick Dastardly. I think if he looked like this, people like he would have gotten shipped a lot more. You know what I mean? Like I feel like maybe he wouldn't have been relegated to such a like
Was he
the
the
tier that
villain?
he kind of ended up
Yeah.
in. Yeah. But like not even a cool villain, you know, like he wasn't. I don't feel like Dick Dastardly ever got the credit for being like a misunderstood guy. And maybe that's because it's, you know, a show from the 60s or whatever.
There wasn't a ton of nuance.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Really?
I know.
Limey
He
in
gives
chat
me
says,
a very Waluigi type like level of
Yeah.
like he's known, but nobody's like, oh man, Waluigi.
what do we got going on over here, Megan? I see some
That's why I'm
colors, splashes.
struggling. I can't remember if his character design was more round or more triangular because Waluigi is like in the back of my brain. I'm like, that's
I'm
not right.
sorry.
It's not right.
We got Lost Limey in chat says Dastardly pit stop shippers probably exist. Oh, for sure. For sure. Poor Penelope.
Yeah, I'm not following that Tumblr link though. You can't pay me to do it.
Rule 34, you know it's out there.
I know it's out there, and I don't need to see it because it will never be unseen.
I think the last shipping rabbit hole I went down was Quoto, which was great, by the way. If you're a Star Trek fan and you want to see some great shipping, Quoto.
Is that Quark and Odo?
It is.
All right, I'm done. I'm out.
Yep, that's in my brain now.
It's so good. I'm so... Oop, I just went full screen on my side, and I don't know if that does anything for our viewers, but probably not. It's so good. I like the fist action. Yeah. All right, y'all.
I love it.
We got a pretty good sketch here from Megan. We've got a pretty good sketch from Swan.
Oh, that looks more
And-
accurate.
We've got like legit art happening of
Yep.
Dick Dastardly here. Like,
This
This
is
is
the
great.
Dick Dastardly of my steampunk dreams.
right?
Oh my god, for real.
Right?
Like, how cool is this
Can
guy?
I trade?
And so I think it's only fair that as this sketch kind of continues, that I go ahead and remind our viewers and our artists of Dick Dastardly's actual appearance.
Yes, please. I want to
Yes.
see.
So,
Oh, I do remember him.
Ah!
Okay.
No!
I thought he had that weird hat, but I could not remember.
I
But like,
couldn't remember what it looked like either. I'm like, it's got stripes. I know it.
we're pretty close with these three. Like,
Yeah.
if we look at Laura's, we've got the hat and the glasses, right?
And the mustache.
We've got like, and then if we look at Megan's, we've got the angularity in the face. We've got the stripes on the hat. We've got the high collar. And then if we look at Swan's, how do I quick switch? I don't know if I can. We're just doing it slow switch. If I look at Swan's, we've got that long ass mustache. So like between the three of y'all, we've got perfect. Ooh, looks like we are getting a report of muted audio.
Hmm.
Oh, and a nope. Never mind. So we are good.
I was gonna say I don't see anything, but keep me posted.
Yeah,
Something
same.
is weird.
I appreciate the heads up. This was really fun for a first one. Y'all feeling all right?
Yeah.
I'll recover.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't do Hanna-Barbera there, Laura, because you got
I'm-
really close.
Shocking.
Yeah, because when I think Laura and her art, I think Hanna-Barbera.
All right. So I said that I would do like a tier list of kind of obscure to pretty well known characters here to draw from. So Swan, since you are currently my focus here on the screen, give me kind of a 1 to 5.
Which way is harder? Is 1 harder or 5 harder?
Which way do you want?
I
You
feel like-
decide. It's your stream.
I feel like 1 is harder.
Okay. Perfect. So 5 will be easiest, 1 will be hardest. So common will be 5. Legendaries in epics will be up around 1.
I'm gonna go with 3.
Okay.
Feeling 3.
All right. We're gonna do a 3 so for a temperature check, where would you put Dick Dastardly?
I feel like he lives in 3.
Okay, sweet. Perfect.
Yeah. It might,
thought
yeah,
so
because
too.
he is well known. Like I had enough in my brain that I could at least pull from enough of the cultural zeitgeist, but I definitely couldn't pull specifics.
Good. Okay. Then you will draw Zorak.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Huh?
Great. Laura, choose a tier from 1 being epic to 5 being common of.
I'll do a 3.
You'll do a
I had
3 as
fun,
well?
even though I had no idea who Dick Dastardly, or I couldn't remember. I did recognize him once you threw him up there. I was like, oh, okay, I have seen that.
Perfect. Your 3 will be Secret Squirrel.
Nope. Okay.
And Megan, 1 to 5.
You know what? I'm ready to drop my Sailor Moon, so I'm gonna go 2.
Wow.
Ooh, okay. You will have let's go with 2 is a tough one because it's not like super duper hard. You will have Cosmo G Spacely.
Well, time to fail spectacularly. Ah.
That's not how those look.
Oh boy.
And so for folks in chat, remember that a swan named Emily is currently drawing Zorak. Remember that at Lauracharles.art is currently drawing Secret Squirrel. And remember that Megan C. Creates is currently drawing Cosmo G. Spacely. Y'all, in case you were curious, Sonata did remember Dick Dastardly's mustache. And so I cannot wait to see the reference, or not the reference, the Swan, do you take people's drawings like on Twitter? Like, or how do we get Sonata to share her drawing for us to see later?
She can tweet at us on Twitter. Absolutely. She can also drop into the Discord, and myself or the amazing Mayor Squish can we can post it. And as always with anybody, if you want to share your work with us publicly, please always feel free. If you want to just share it as a fun thing and not have it be public, that is okay as well.
Yes, absolutely. But I just, I wanted to ask, in case folks are drawing along at home, if they find something that they're like, you know what, this is one that I'm sharing with the Doodle Crew. And so Sonata says, oh God, we don't. Also, though, I have known Sonata a little bit now from a few different corners of the internet. I think there's a chance we might see it somewhere. Laura, I love your little squirrel.
I'll get to the secret part in a minute. I don't. we'll get there.
We're not going to find a new euphemism tonight, are we? Because we already got kicked the goose.
Oh, yeah. What I meant was, oh, Laura, I love that little squirrel. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Oh, God.
We just got permission to share this Dick Dastardly.
Heck yeah.
And
Yes,
so I would like to do that live on stream. It is awesome.
Look at
So evil. The hat. Mwah.
That's amazing.
I love it.
The little hands going like this. Like, so good.
He looks like
It's
he could be
so
straight out of the Madeline books.
Yeah,
Like
it reminds me of like a Nightmare Before Christmas almost.
Yes.
Like a 2D the mayor from
Very much the
from
mayor,
Nightmare. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sonata. I really appreciate it. Y'all, if you are not in the Discord, you are missing out. Swan, I'm having so much fun watching art happen, watching all of it happen at once. Like, this is the best.
Yay. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you came and joined us.
Also, your Zorak's really good.
I'm having a moment. I cannot remember what like the back part of his head looks like. And I'm like, I know he's supposed to be like a certain type of creature, but I'm just like, I don't remember.
Yeah, same. I can't remember either.
But I have this like, it's very much like Space Ghost Coast to Coast is burned into my brain, so I can like picture him at the desk. I just can't.
Yeah, he's only at the desk, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea what his legs look like. So I'm glad that you also are in the same boat here. Megan, your Cosmo is so fun. It like it's J. Jonah Jameson-esque. You know what I mean? It's like, give me pictures of Astro.
I just remember him yelling a lot. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I know there's a triangle somewhere. I just can't remember where it's at. The weird details that pop into my head, like that character has a
Yeah.
triangle somewhere.
Yeah, I had picturing Jason Alexander as Cosmo Spacely. It's like, yes, exactly. And honestly, that's a casting that would totally work.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah.
Why haven't they done a live action Jetsons?
Oh, probably because Flintstones bombed when they did the live
Yeah.
action Flintstones in the
Oh.
90s. I think they were
Sure.
planning on doing one.
I did a George Jetson for Halloween one time, and I was very proud of it. This was probably 5 years ago. The problem was that I also had to go get my license renewed like immediately after, because my birthday is 5 days after Halloween. And so normally I have a beard. But then to do George Jetson, George doesn't have a beard, and so I shaved. And then I had to go get my license picture taken without a beard. And I look like such an asshole, you guys. Like I had one of those hairs that like does this, does the like flippy uppy part at the time, like one of this, but shorter. And that plus no beard, plus like at the time I wasn't wearing glasses, and now I have LASIK, but like I just looked like the worst. Terrible. To the point that my physical therapist last week made fun of me for it. He was like, hey, so check this out. We get to look at everybody's licenses. I saw yours. I just want to know, what frat did you pledge? And I was like, oh no, you wouldn't. And I got bullied by my physical therapist.
At least it wasn't your
Brutal.
therapist.
This is true.
That's true. Yeah. Megan, that's inspired. That's so good.
I think I have to stop. I'm having a weird now. I'm getting him like he's mishmashing in my brain with the grasshopper from Bug's Life.
Bug's Life.
And there's
yes.
there's just so much happening in there.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh gosh.
Also, oh my God, your little secret squirrel with his tiny little finger up.
He has a secret and he doesn't want us to tell.
But he's so polite about it.
Oh, he's
like,
so polite.
excuse me, would you like to know? Would you like to know something I've never told anyone? I don't want to bother you, but
I just want to hop in real quick. I've got something important, but if not, like that's fine too.
It's totally okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Swan. Let's see how you did with Zorak.
Oh god.
I will pull up a picture from Space Ghost so that we're on the same.
I
kind of
believe in
page
you,
here.
Emily.
Thank you. This one I did not go into it as confident.
Let me find a decent enough. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Image in a new tab, and then we will share the screen. And then we will add to the stream.
Okay.
And
All right, so his eyes are just basically the sides.
yeah,
of his
his
head.
it looks like his eyes are his whole head.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the trick with Zorak.
There we go. Okay.
But otherwise, pretty close. You know,
Not
his
too bad.
yeah. I'm into it.
Oh, that was a challenge. No, that was good.
Yeah,
I'm glad
that
I
was a
didn't
good
go
one.
more than 3 because I don't.
All right, and Great questions from Cosmo. Great questions. We're gonna pull them up here and see how Cosmo Spacely in reality compares to Cosmo Spacely in Megan's memory.
In my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinematic universe.
In my MCU
In the
alternative.
Megaverse.
Dag
Ah.
nabbits!
I see
That's
what you mean with the
amazing.
triangle.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's
And the
really
loopy-loop
close though.
thing.
Oh, that's
Ah!
great.
You were so good though. Oh my gosh. Like you've got all the elements.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really impressed. I think that's really good. I think that's super fun.
I'm very
So
impressed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And honestly, my number one favorite of the three this time around is this little secret squirrel. How freaking cute.
It's just so precious.
I don't know. Okay, I'm done.
That's
He's missing his back leg, but he's just
it's
sitting
the,
on
it's
it.
That's
for me.
the secret.
That's right.
That's where he hides all his secrets.
Oops.
There.
That's the
yeah.
artist secret. Just hide a limb. No one
Yep.
will notice.
Yep, put a rock there. That's what I would do.
It's like the same thing, right?
That's kind of
I mean, it's pretty close.
That's pretty close. You got the
for
coverage
not
of the
knowing-
eyes. Yeah.
not-
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I mean, there's the mask thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
I would have never in a million years gotten anywhere close to that. I had
Right?
no memory of that character.
What?
So
I do I recognize him now.
yeah.
yeah, this game is super hard. I'm really glad that I'm not playing and I'm just watching. So thank you all so much for letting me watch and run this and not have to do it. 'Cause holy crap. This is hard. All right, we'll go reverse this time. Megan, give me a number between 1 to 5. 1 being the hardest, 5 being the easiest.
I'm gonna go 3.
3?
Yeah.
All right. How about Josie McCoy?
Oh.
Josie McCoy has 3 very close friends. No, 2 very close friends that she likes to play music with.
Oh, I
Got
think
it.
I know this one.
All right. Laura, 1 to 5.
Hell, let's go with 3 again.
Okay.
How bad could it be?
Yep.
All right. Huckleberry Hound.
Oh.
Oh, I know that one.
Yes.
I
I
can't
feel like
see it.
Huckleberry Hound is a hit or miss one because so many dogs are drawn, right? But
Yeah.
Huckleberry is special.
Oh.
Sonata asked for a 5 in chat. So Sonata, I'm going to give you Boo Boo Bear.
Oh.
I feel like Boo Boo is about as ubiquitous. It turns out, y'all, these are just all Hanna-Barbera.
Surprise!
I had been wanting to do just Wacky Racers, and I realized that like I didn't know most of them, and I was obsessed with this show as a kid.
Yeah.
There are a lot of characters in Wacky Racers that I have no idea who they are, and so I had to really pull back here a little bit. So Swan, with that information, does that change your 1 to 5 vote this time?
Yes, I'm gonna go 4 this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna ease.
So slightly less ubiquitous than Boo Boo. And a little bit more common than Dick Dastardly.
Yes.
Okay. I am going to give you Jabberjaw.
Oh boy.
Is that
Okay.
too? That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna say-
reaction that told me that was too deep a cut. So how about Johnny Bravo?
Yeah.
It's not quite a 5, but it's pretty good.
It's a 4.5,
It's pretty-
and I'm totally fine with
Yeah.
it.
It's a soft 4. I'm giving you that soft 4.
No, God.
Y'all, if you ever wanted tips on dirty talking, you have come to the right place. Doodle Crew, where that's what we
We
doodle.
That's what we doodled. That was terrible.
Also, if you want the the full uncut version of that, there is a Doodle Crew for purchase. If you would like to see us not live on stream, that is a thing that you can get.
He who is Steve says the ladies can't get enough of Mike's soft 4. Man, that is so true. They make toys for that though, so like I'm pretty okay. Just gotta put in the work, you know.
There we go. Let's do that.
Megan, are you doing all right?
I'm dying. I read Archie comics growing up, and I am just like, what does she look like?
Yeah, this one.
You could also default to the amazing live action movie. If you want to.
That I did not see. Thank
Oh.
you.
You could
It's
also, if you are a garbage person like myself, you could draw the Riverdale version of
Yes.
Josie.
Which
Oh.
I have also not seen. This is very helpful,
Oh.
y'all.
What?
Well, the next
di-
time you're feeling
disturbingly
trapped,
addictive.
yeah, exactly. Laura's exactly right. The next time you're feeling trashy, cannot recommend Riverdale enough.
100% trashy.
Oh,
You will feel disgusting, but you can't stop.
it's the best. They know what they're doing.
Oh, they know.
I don't show up to CW without knowing what I'm getting.
That's extremely true.
Yes.
What is this post that we're doing here?
Sonata says, it feels like listening to my brother and I get squidgy. I assume that's talking about my incredible dirty talk. Sonata also says, sorry, Mike, you're doing an A+ job. So thank you. That means a lot. Straighten my bow tie. All right, let's see what's going on here in the universe. That's Swan putting on some muscles here.
Yeah.
We've got Laura making
no.
the cutest little pupper. Uh-oh. Emily, I don't know what you did, but you
I
broke
don't know what I
Delphine
did.
Raven's heart.
I don't know what I did.
Me neither. But say you're sorry.
I'm very sorry.
No,
Now,
you have to say it's sexy.
Yeah, you have to say it's super sexy.
I'm very sorry.
There you go.
There you go. Bat your eyelashes. Also, you gotta like look up into the camera. You know,
give him the puppy dog.
that's right.
Look, there's my
And then you
cat.
gotta ask what it is that you could ever do to make up for it, right? That's a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. And tell them, well, somebody's got to pay for this pizza. Well, Little tummy coming in here on Laura's Boo Boo Bear.
No, I don't have a boo boo bear.
No, you don't have Boo Boo Bear. Sonata has Boo Boo Bear. You have Huckleberry Hound.
I do. It's supposed
There's-
to look like a dog.
Sorry, there's so many things going on. I'm keeping track of so many different characters. Swan didn't tell me that I was going to have to remember things after a full day of meetings. But here we are. I'm taking notes from now on.
Meetings really are the worst.
Yeah.
So
feel
I
like
was
there's-
complaining to Steph, and I feel really bad
Oh.
because I had 2 days back to back of strategy meetings for 2022 that I had to sit through. So 18 full hours or 16 full hours of meetings. And I was like, this is brutal. And then I noticed today that one of the other people in the meeting with me is a guy from Australia and then another person from Tokyo. And so they have been on the same meetings as me, but at like 1 a.m. their time or 11 p.m. their time until 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. their time. And I'm like, I can't even feel like I can't even complain anymore. How dare they take that from me?
Now, obviously your company is global, but are you based in Texas?
No, so we are actually based in Seattle.
Okay.
So like usually my boss's boss will ping me at like 7 o'clock, forgetting that it's 5 o'clock her time, which means that it's 2 hours later my time. So oof. Yeah, Limey's got 20 hours of it coming up in January, accommodating Indian time zones as well.
Which is the weird one
Feel
because
that.
that's got the half-hour difference,
sure
which
does.
just blows my mind.
Parts of it do. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the worst part.
I remember I had to call tech support for one of my programs once, and trying to set up a time was very surreal. I'm like, but how is it a half an hour? How does that make sense? Figured it out. I think it ended up being like 6 a.m. my time is what we ended up doing.
Megan, this is the cutest little Josie.
Oh my
So
god,
sassy.
that's so adorable.
Aww.
Thank you. I don't think the hair is right, but otherwise I'm happy with it.
So fun.
I am not happy with mine.
Oh no, don't. I love it. I love Huckleberry. Look at him.
Oh, he's so
It's charcoal.
sweet.
It'll come back.
What? Charcoal's insane. This is amazing. Art is crazy, y'all.
It's nice because I can violently just erase it and then mostly put it back.
I was saying before the stream that I was gonna try not to like freak out about how cool art is on the stream because like y'all know y'all come here all the time. You know exactly. But like this is amazing. I can't like it's so cool. I'm sorry.
Never something to apologize for, because I can say with pretty certain confidence that none of us are ever going to speak about our own art this way. So having someone hyping us is needed. So it's good.
It is welcomed and appreciated.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, good, because I don't know how to not.
There is no off to Mike's hype. There is just all on.
No, that's like a fox.
Josie
Yeah,
is so cute.
I don't remember how hands work.
Johnny Bravo is basically perfect. In my memory, anyway. Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see.
Honestly,
That is a perfect Johnny Bravo.
like that's how
Oh, that
my
is on
brain
point.
works, right? Is like, oh yes, this is exactly what that looked like, and then I pull it up and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yep. No, and I can't remember how I got onto this train of thought, but it was one of those where, like, I remember someone at a Comic-Con had asked me to draw Wolverine. And I'm like, okay. And I started to go pull up a picture, and they're like, you don't just know what he looks like? I'm like, okay, one, he's had so many different costumes, and two, no. Like, it's not a character I draw for my own pleasure that much, so it's not one I have stored in my memory. I kind of know what he looks like, but no, I'm gonna
Also,
look up
do you
reference.
want me to guess, or do you actually want what you asked for?
What
Ask?
would you like out of this?
Right. Honestly, though, now that I know that this is a thing, Swan, I am absolutely going to do this to you. Hey, draw me Steph from memory.
Like
Like
that one I can do because I've already drawn Steph, so I can draw
from
Steph. I just have-
memory?
yeah, I can draw her from memory. We also spend like 3 hours looking at each other every other week,
Prove it.
so
That's your next one.
that's my
She's
next
not a
one is Steph.
cartoon. I mean, she's like a real life. She's a real human cartoon.
She's a real human cartoon. All right, let's see.
Your Johnny Bravo is fantastic, though. Let's pull him up before you start on your next here. Compare. I feel like this is the pose you always see.
I just remember loving that intro, like his intro where he's doing all the crazy poses with like the bright flashes of light.
Mhm.
So good. I was also thinking, like, as I was drawing this, I was like, there's no way this holds up. Like, yeah, look at his little hip. I didn't even pop his hip as much as I needed to, but yeah.
It was pretty good. Yeah. Like that's
Pretty good.
pretty close.
Yeah.
You got the handcuffs and everything.
Yeah.
The heeled shoes, like that's great work, Swan.
Thank you. I felt good with 4. 4 felt good. All right.
Yeah, so your next one, Swan, is Steph because you talk such a big game.
Okay.
She's not Hanna-Barbera, but she
She's not.
is. She did take first place in the wacky race of my heart. Let's go!
I love it so much.
So stupid. I'm so sorry. All the watchers, all the viewers, all the listeners. I don't know how you consume this, and I'm apologizing for all of it. For my part in all of it. We just got Sonata's Boo Boo. It's very cute. If she says we can share, I'm gonna, but I will wait. Otherwise, join the Discord so that you can see it. Yeah, Huckleberry has like. I looked away for a minute to find Swan's Johnny Bravo, and I am coming back to the cutest.
Oh my god.
Freaking Huckleberry.
I love it so much.
Oh,
I know I'm missing pieces, but this is kind of what I remember.
I love him. I would like to adopt your Huckleberry. Please and thank you. Also, this Josie.
Oh, thank you.
The Josie is so amazing.
I
Thanks.
don't remember what she looks like, so let's see.
Let's see
We
how
want
close I
cartoon
got.
Josie. Actually, this picture is perfect because it has cartoon and Riverdale Josie at once.
Yes.
And if we're being honest, I mostly only remember Riverdale Josie.
Oh,
I
the
knew I
spot.
didn't get her. I
mean, you got the flip pretty close, like just
Yeah.
out flip instead of in flip.
Yeah, it was, and I bet that like, yeah, there are all sorts of different flips here while she's playing. So, but yeah,
All right, not too bad.
Very
not too
cute.
bad.
Okay. I guess I'm ready to move on.
love. this Huckleberry. Also,
so
I love
cute.
that Google knows exactly what I'm looking for now. Just type Huck, and it started making my search. So good work, Google.
See how close I got.
All right, I'll add this to the stream. I think your Huckleberry is way cuter than this one.
Oh,
You got the hat.
He got a bow tie.
You got the bow tie. Yeah, like I'm
you got
impressed
the
as hell.
ears and the tail. Like,
Yeah,
oh, this is like the adorable plush toy version of him.
I was gonna say it's like the Paddington Huckleberry.
Yeah.
I want to buy it. I need
I
like 5
know.
of them for my couch.
Yeah, I just want to snuggle this one. Hero, my dog, would be obsessed with Laura's Huckleberry. He would carry that little Huckleberry around forever. All right,
Yay.
Megan.
That wasn't
Alright.
I need a
nearly.
number.
You know what? I'm gonna roll a gamble and I'm gonna go with 2 again.
All right, you're getting Jabberjaw because I think Jabberjaw rules, and I want to see somebody draw Jabberjaw.
Shoot.
Yeah.
My gosh, Laura, you're Huckleberry. I just want to snuggle him. Megan, if you need some hints
I need
as
some
to
hints.
okay, Jabberjaw is not a mammal. Jabberjaw has to keep moving or he'll die.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, but which one is he? There's like 4 of them in my head, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll do my best.
Here, let me read this wiki article for you. Jabberjaw is an American television series created by Joe Ruby and Ken Spears and produced by Hanna-Barbera, which aired 16 original episodes on ABC from September 11th to December 18th, 1976. Jabberjaw also was a musician. I don't know if that helps you. But he played drums.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I think I know which one that is. Okay.
He's so cute.
Oh.
Honestly, this picture of Steph is pretty damn good.
From memory?
Yeah.
On the spot? Yeah. That's not bad. Well, it's also
All right.
like partially in my style too, so
Well,
it's not
sure.
it's not a full render. Okay.
Sonata's sticking with 5. And so I'm going to give Sonata. I didn't know that. Okay, before I give Sonata a character, did y'all know that Godzilla was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon at one point?
No.
Seriously?
No.
Apparently, yes. We will look at that later. I don't want to get too ADHD and forget what I'm doing. And so Sonata is going to be drawing Barney Rubble.
Oh.
I feel like he's more memorable looking than Fred. Still being top 5. Less memorable looking than Fred, but still top. Still like a tier 5 character.
Yes.
All right, Laura, do you want another one, or you want to?
Yeah, I'll do another.
Okay, give me a number.
I'll stick with 3. Gonna be boring and consistent.
No, 3 is interesting. I would like you to draw Dexter.
Ooh.
Like murders people, Dexter?
I mean, possibly.
If Murders People Dexter ever got a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, I would lose my mind.
I would watch the shit out of that.
No, I mean Dexter of He Who Owns the Laboratory fame.
Oh, that Dexter. I know that Dexter, kind of.
Pick a 5 next time.
I'm telling you, four helped a little bit. I needed a little bit of a boost.
Yeah, Swan, give me a number.
I'm gonna go 3.
3. Okay. Swan, do you remember the show? Well, it doesn't matter if you remember the show or not. The drawing that you will do is the big dog from Two Stupid Dogs.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay. I want you to know that in my brain, as soon as you said that, all I saw were 2 angry beavers. And I was like, no, that's wrong. Get that out of there. Okay.
You know what, Swan? You can draw either the big dog or the little dog from Two Stupid Dogs.
Okay. Okay. All right. I gotta. Ooh.
Dexter was all like square and pointy, right?
It's a great
Like-
question. Do you remember him square and pointy?
Great
I feel like
question.
square and pointy. Square. Feel like I'm off to a good start.
Yeah, that's mostly square.
Okay, I give up. I have been bested by the
Megan,
two.
that's a pretty good Jabberjaw. It's better than like he's just so cute. And honestly, I think you're gonna feel pretty good once I show you.
Was he purple?
He was not purple,
Dang it.
but he was adorable. And open image in a new tab. I have so many tabs open of Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters.
I just went with what I thought the basics would be if Hanna-Barbera drew a shark because I couldn't remember what he looked like.
And honestly, you're pretty close.
You are pretty close.
He's
Like,
blue.
for
he's
not knowing?
purple.
Like, that's pretty damn close. The drums are almost perfect.
Oh.
That's the part that weirds me out the most, I think, is you knew, oh, Hanna-Barbera drums, it's going to be 2 toms and a cymbal. That's it. Like, that's really good.
You know how they play.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I did not get put in front of the TV watching old cartoons all the time when I was a kid when I visited my grandparents. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it's paid off. Now you can tell your grandparents, you know what, thank you.
Thanks, guys, that you went and had that boring conversation and let me watch cartoons all day. That's great.
I never would have been able to Doodle Crew without you, Grandpa.
You made me what I am.
Oh.
All right. I think I'll what's the easy ones? The easy ones are 5
Easiest
and 4s.
is 5. Yeah, commons are 5.
All right, let me go uncommon with 4. I guess
Okay.
if it's common, uncommon, rare.
Yep. All right, so if we're doing 4, Bluto. Bluto was a man who had an
Was he though, really?
adversarial relationship with the main character of the show that he was in, because he couldn't express his feelings properly toward the female lead.
Did his adversary have a panache for spinach?
He did indeed, yes.
Okay, got it. That's Hanna-Barbera?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh,
I was also thinking the same thing. I was like, wait, really?
That's same, honestly. Swan, holy shit. How do you remember Two Stupid Dogs?
I don't really. I just remember one was real little and one was real big.
So
Like-
that's just what you're doing.
That's what you get. You get one really little and one really like. I have like one memory of like the tiny dog in front of the other dog, and it's feeling very like Baymax-y, where he's just like a blob behind. But I don't know how they do eyes. I can never do Hanna-Barbera eyes. Don't make sense to me.
I'm loving Dexter. Busy as always.
Yes.
Are those his little safety goggles above his head there?
So this is his hair. His safety goggles are going to be like here. I just can't remember. I think they're kind of squarish. I don't know. But that seems not right. We're going to go with it, though. I don't think he'd have that. They would just like float on his head. I might change my mind about that later.
I love this. This is such a weird, hard prompt, Swan.
No, like his hair had like these weird bangs.
Yeah.
Like
I don't remember, honestly.
the creepy, like I don't know.
I'm having so much fun. Thank you for having me on. This is the best.
You're so welcome. Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weirdly hard. Like it just because it's like it's in there in your brain. Because as soon as I see the pictures, I'm like, yeah, I remember this. Up until that point, I'm just like, I don't remember. I don't remember.
So I am going to pull up Boo Boo Bear.
Yes.
And I'm going to share Sonata's work that she shared with us in the Discord while we continue working here. And so we will go to share screen. So here is Boo Boo. And
So cute.
here is Sonata's Boo Boo
Boo-boo.
from memory. The sad eyes, I think, is like the quintessential Boo Boo feature.
Yeah.
So between that and the hair and the ears, great work.
Yeah. That's well done.
Yeah. It's a special
So
level.
cute.
Yes, it is. Sonata says that she was morphing Boo Boo and Sandy Cheeks in her head, which I totally see now that she said it. This has a very Sandy Cheeks body kind of body and head relationship. I don't know art words, so I'm just gonna use my bad people words, and y'all can deal with it. We also just got this from Sonata. It says "wrong dude" over here, as she had started to draw Fred's tie on Barney's body.
Oh
I do
my
love
God.
the little like brontosaurus leg snap
Yes.
there.
Oh my God. It's so cute.
And let's pull up.
I feel like it's him in the Tintin universe.
Yes, it is a very Tintin
I love that.
situation.
Fall out Barney. Yes.
Here we go. Open in a new tab, and we will put him over here. So, like, pretty good. I mean,
does
the
just have
clothes
dots for
are
eyes.
exactly right. Oh, that's Boo Boo. There he is. Clothes are exactly right. the like, yeah, the ear, like, what detail, I guess, or lack thereof, is like very Hanna-Barbera. Yeah.
He looks super young too. Like I think I forget that so many of them had that like weird like
Old
hair.
man.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
5 o'clock shadow thing. Yours
Yeah.
looks like baby Barney, like
Yeah.
like young Barney.
Barney dressing up as someone else for Halloween and then going to get his license picture taken. Poor Barney.
All right, I think I'm calling it. I can't remember anything else. So I'm admitting defeat.
All right, Swan, let me put you here and pull up Two Stupid Dogs. I think you're going to be upset. Because honestly, it's better than it has any right to be. I'm upset. Let me put it that way. All right. The reason that you couldn't remember what the big dog's eyes looked like
Mm-hmm.
is because it didn't have any eyes.
Didn't have eyes. Oh, I forgot it was that. I should have known. That's the Hanna-Barbera hair, and yeah, I gave him totally different.
Swan,
Okay, all
you're
right,
too
that's
good
cool.
at this.
Mine
That
don't have
is-
quite as much like wackiness. I think mine are.
Sure.
mine
Yeah,
are
it's a little less
wacky.
whimsical. Whimsical.
Poem.
Oh goodness.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I finished mine.
Oh my gosh.
your Bluto is wonderful.
Oh, I love it.
Let's pull him up.
Nice. I don't think he completed anger management. I do not believe that.
You don't?
No.
He's just got RMF, he's just resting that face.
Oh, I feel like you got that mouth area like spot on.
God, I hope so. Because what sticks in my brain and lives there rent free, like anytime I get super bored, is the episode of Popeye where they did Arabian Nights. It's like really, really old. So all I could see is that mouth moving, like that's all he
my
does
God.
like the whole time.
That's amazing.
Okay, so here is Bluto.
Shoot.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
yeah,
It's
you got
like
that
the
hat.
big teeth. Yeah, the big teeth, the like big barrel body, the hat, the eyebrows. Those are all perfect.
Okay, so he's got squinty eyes and way more facial hair than I recall.
like thumb head too.
What's
like
weird, right, is like,
all of these
Oh,
have more
no.
facial hair than I remember.
yeah, they do a lot of like, Bluto has a
Ew.
lot of modern
Weird
stuff. I don't
What?
understand what's going on here.
Okay, yeah, that's feeling more like
More like
Yeah.
40s.
yeah. Jeez, man.
Good.
Again,
Oh, so we
the
got a before and
reveal.
after here. Oh, this is, I don't know what this is. This is deep. It doesn't count.
Yeah, it might be
Uh,
nothing.
Close.
But either way, very close. Yes.
All right, let's just
Oh,
get in
we
here.
got Ace Tigress in the house. Hey, Ace. Again, my name is Mike Ellison. You can find me at Future X Skeleton across the internet. And I have been brought here by my friend Emily Swan tonight to do a Doodle Crew prompt called Draw from Memory. We are also dirty talking. Swan has taught me a new phrase that I have already forgotten, something about a goose. Swan, will you hit me with that phrase one more time?
I kicked a goose.
I kicked a goose.
Also, I just love Synonymic. No, we are not.
And so, again, we are joined here by Megan C. Creates on Instagram. Megan Cook doing some drawings, nailing this reformed Bluto here. We have also got Lauracharles.art herself working the charcoal magic tonight.
Oh my god.
This Dexter is so simultaneously cute and super unnerving.
Yeah, he's real sinister.
Yeah, like it reminds me of BioShock. A BioShock version of Dexter.
Dee, why are you in my room?
But like the legs are perfect. Like it's so perfectly Dexter.
And then, as always, a swan named Emily, our queen collaboration genius over here. Currently finishing up Two Stupid Dogs. Basically, the way this game works is they tell me on a scale of 1 to 5 how difficult they want a drawing to be from the world of Hanna-Barbera, and I assign them at random because I'm trying my best to stick to this 1 to 5 difficulty level, but I'm not super good at it, so I'm doing, you know what, we're all learning here. And so that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, Sonata, me too. Really enjoying Laura's universe of cartoon characters. It's just, it's exactly what I wanted to have happen out of tonight. These like these stylized versions of these characters that in our heads we think, oh, this is what they look like, and this is my interpretation of what that is. So fun. Let's see what do we got?
Thank
All
you,
right.
Sanan.
Yeah, Laura, we got a question in chat. What are you using to erase charcoal?
So my favorite thing to use for erasing charcoal is called a kneaded eraser.
Okay.
So it looks like a little piece of gray shit, but it is not.
It's not just that.
Oh yeah, so Sonata knows what that is. I don't have to explain it anymore. It's basically a squishy eraser that you can erase pretty hard with it, but you can also like just tap and it will lighten things.
Yeah. It's very much a silly putty consistency.
So I loved those in school because if you pull them the right length, they start to become fibrous.
Yeah. And they get really like lightweight.
Yeah, my texture brain like obsessed with those things. Not a good artist. Very good at being distracted by those.
Well, they're great. And that's when I'm starting to lose the erasing effect. That's what I do is I'll break it up like that. And then like suddenly like it gets lighter and this part will pick up more than where I've squished it down too much.
Oh, interesting.
I've had to get rid of some of them, not because I actually used them up, but because I accidentally got my hair in them. And once there's hair in them, they're ruined. You can't come back from that no matter how hard you try. And it's heartbreaking.
For me, it's always pet hair, but yeah, same idea.
Here is Dexter.
I was gonna say, do we get to see how close am I?
We do.
That says, oh, he does have glass eye ear thingies.
But only the little ones. So you were right that it wasn't like the two big thicky parts.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like his coat better than mine.
He's got very like dentist coat for some reason.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
it looks like a fencer's jacket.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, and I was going to do that.
I
swear I was going to do that before I saw this.
Yeah, and I was going to make his hair curly. So let me just go ahead and...
No, I was definitely going to keep that Roman Greco trained haircut going on.
Yeah, he's got his rival's haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
Maybe that's why I'm confused.
To be fair, Mandrake was pretty fun.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, this is the like you'll have that thought burst in your head, and then all of a sudden, like other characters will start to sneak in. You're like, wait, did that belong to that character, or was that somebody
Or was
else?
it someone else? Yeah. All right, Swan, give me a number.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask chat. Do you want to? I want to go 5 because I want to be lazy. But do you want to make it hard on me? Do you want me to do 2? I'm not ready for 1 yet. I'm not mentally prepared. The highest I'll go is 2 or 5. Oh, now you're
Squish says 1.
Oh.
All right.
We got a 1, we got a 5, and we got a 3. Lost Limey also says 3, so the average now is 3.
I'll take 3. I'll take it.
I'll take 3 for 500, Alex.
I'll take 3.
So all right, you're gonna draw Birdman.
Oh, Birdman.
Because I feel like Birdman would be a 2 if he weren't such a hipster pick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
because he's like kind of alty cool, I feel like he moves down to 3, where otherwise he would have lived in 2. And that's my
Yes.
justification, and y'all can deal.
Okay.
Megan, what's your number? What's your
I'll-
number?
You didn't say it low enough. I'm not answering. I'll let chat decide for me.
Ooh, all right, chat.
See what
We
y'all put me
gotta
through.
remember 1 is common, 2 is uncommon, 3 is rare, 4 is legendary, and 5 is epic.
No, wait. Go the reverse.
What?
Right? Because one is super rare.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up and draw. I'm not paying attention.
Ooh, we got a 2 for Sonata. All right, Sonata, you will draw You'll draw Captain Caveman, Sonata.
Oh.
I don't know if that's actually a 2, but I want someone to draw Captain Caveman, and so that's a 2 now.
We're just throwing the numbers
You
out.
know what? Numbers are, yeah. I mean, it's all willy nilly. And so the only answer, Megan, is 5 so far
Okay, I'll take
in
a 5.
chat. So you're
I'll
gonna do
take
a
a
5?
lazy one. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, give me Casper,
Okay.
the friendly ghost. Let's see it. And then Laura, what's your number? What do we?
Chat can pick.
Chat's gonna pick for you too. All right, chat. What number is Laura gonna draw here? So far, Laura has drawn the coolest stuff. We're getting 2s and 3s. So like a 2.5.
That's cool.
Let's see, 2.5. That's like a 1. I can't give you that one. That one's crazy. 2.5. All right. How about if we're doing Captain Caveman? I feel like we need to do Kabong as well.
On that note, guys, I will be right back before I start my little Casper. So
Sounds good.
can't wait to see how it's
Actually, I need to do that because I ran out of paper, but I will be right back to do. What was it? Kabong?
going. Kabong!
No memory.
I'm going to write that down 'cause I will not remember that. Gonna get some paper and I'll be right back.
Perfect. We will pull up. We'll pull up Swan's Birdman here.
Dear.
Put you here. Do that. I'm so excited for all of the current drawings. Like Sonata's Captain Caveman is going to be so fun. Your Birdman is shaping up.
I'm
Casper
realizing
is just
I
so
don't
cute.
remember. I don't remember the details.
Here's
thought
what I
did
love
that.
about giving Megan Casper is like Casper is a character that we all know exactly what Casper looks like, we think. Like anyone would say, oh, sure, yeah, I know what Casper the friendly ghost looks like. And then when she sits down to draw him, she's going to be like, fuck all.
What does he look like?
Specifically, because like you picture him in your head and you're like, oh, yeah, this is easy. And then, of course, Kabong is just bonkers.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
My cat just grabbed my ass. Stop it. I gave him my chair, and apparently that's not enough for him. I'm gonna move you over there. I'll stay there.
Lost Limey in chat says, I always get Kabong and Quick Draw McGraw mixed up, which...
Well, now that makes me think I'm pretty sure I thought I was narrowing down who it might be, and now I'm questioning myself.
It's just such a good... Yeah. I can see why you might get those two confused, Lost Limey. This is the best, y'all. Ace called me out for my hosting because I did miss their joke. But also, yes. This is... Swan, again, thank you so much
You are
for
very
letting me
welcome.
be here. I can't believe how much fun I'm having.
Yeah. No, this is awesome.
Can I get a hint on Kabong?
Yes, you can. El Kabong is
El
a...
Kabong. That
That's
didn't
right.
help me.
El Kabong is a high-flying equine friend
Okay. Horse.
Oh goodness.
who
Flying horse?
who
That doesn't
is
sound like
musically talented and also deadly with a sword.
Yeah, well, I like swords. Okay.
So the weird thing, well, it's weird to me, is that El Kabong is proficient with French swords.
Like a rapier.
Yeah, like a rapier.
Horse wielding a rapier.
Oh my gosh.
And musically talented.
I'm
I'm gonna draw a farting horse with a rapier is what I'm gonna draw.
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna think about this for a second.
You're gonna be so mad, Laura.
I know. I put it up there and I'll be like, I do recognize that. Kabong.
Yeah.
I think half of these I recognize them and watch them, but I don't think I ever really like registered that they even had names. If that
No.
makes sense.
No, definitely not. I did not know so many of these characters' names.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like me and meeting people.
Yeah.
I recognize faces and I don't remember names.
Yeah, I'm going to take that name you just gave me and immediately throw it away, and I will never remember it.
If you're
Sure,
not
it's
wearing a
unlucky.
name tag, I'm gonna forget you.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that people are labeled on this thing, StreamYard, which is also labeled, and I still forgot its name.
Yeah, but also we do a show, and we've been doing a show now for many, many months where our names are there, and Tony still calls me Steph on a regular basis. So, you know. Just cracks me up every time.
Sonata has finally joined us in the dirty talk here in the chat. She said, I suck at feet.
Oh God.
Oh, it's different. It's different. Now I read. Okay, the rest of the sentence is, I suck at feet, so I'm definitely phoning in these peats.
I like
Very different contextually. Here I was thinking she was sharing something different, but no.
Oh gosh, yeah. Lost Limey with the deep cut. Absolutely.
Oh no, Squish. Is soap giving you a hard time? If so, let us know. We'll save you. Swan, tell me how you're feeling about Birdman.
Bad about Birdman. I'm not feeling it. I feel
You know
like
how I could tell? I could tell because you're focused on like little details. Like you're like, yeah.
Maybe something will jog. Maybe there'll be a memory.
I could tell that you were like, okay, I'm gonna do just a regular superhero pose. You know what superheroes usually have? Belts.
Yep.
You know, those belts have to have some sort of pouches or pockets on them somewhere. We were talking about Rob Liefeld. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna draw some pouches. Maybe that'll
Gotta. Oh. Yeah, he's got like Martian Manhunter kind of crisscross happening here. Like, I don't know. I went in a little bit more confident, and I don't feel like I nailed it. It's also weird because I'm realizing, like, I know that they do a much more like small head, angular body than I do. So I'm trying to reconcile like what exactly.
Hero can't believe. How dare you bring up their small heads?
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, you know the sad thing is that's definitely a Hawkman thing too. He's got that crisscross thing. I just drew Hawkman. I just drew a really bad Hawkman is what I did. Yep.
Swan, if I had told you to draw Harvey Birdman,
I was
that have
feeling
helped you?
I was thinking Space Ghost. Like I got stuck on Space Ghost, and that's the only image I have in my head.
Yeah.
And it's not Space Ghost. Also, I'm having an embarrassing moment because I'm pretty sure I wish Randall was here because I know he'd remember it. We had somebody come to our college and talk to us, like I think who worked on the show or something like that. Like I definitely had a poster of Birdman signed by this dude somewhere, and I don't think I've looked at it in 15 years, and it shows.
Some of you haven't looked at your poster of Harvey Birdman in 15 years, and it shows.
It shows.
Okie dokie.
I hate all of this.
You left, Megan, and it didn't go well.
What happened?
It didn't go well.
God. I'm so
gave up.
sorry.
I was trying to just like sketch a little and see if I could figure out what I wanted to do, and I couldn't even do that. So,
Oh my gosh.
I think, will you do me a favor, though, and keep the sheet of paper that you had just had up there so that when we show El Kabar in a bit,
Sure.
we can reference both of these?
Yes, I can do that.
Perfect.
I don't
And
want to do
Megan-
that, but for you guys, I will do that.
Megan, your Casper looks very cute.
Oh my god, that's so adorable.
Thank you.
What is he
Oh,
holding?
baby.
Oh, that's a daisy.
flower.
That's a terrible flower without a reference.
I
That's
love
a
it.
flower.
Do you want to see Casper?
Yeah, I think I got it pretty close.
Because I was saying that like Casper is a really fun choice because everyone thinks in their head, oh yeah, I know what Casper looks like. And
Oh,
then
no.
you like you see Casper and you're like, oh, that is what Casper looks like. And like the way you know is because like that's just like when you Google it, you know? And so this is Casper.
Oh. That's right. I forget that in the cartoon he had.
Oh,
Oh, he has a
feet.
nose. And
He has,
feet.
yeah, he's
And
like,
he has feet. They're
he's
like
got a feet.
kid
His
feet.
head is, his dome is so big.
I tried to give him the big alien head.
Like I love your
Yeah.
little chibi. It's like it's a really fun like stylization. I really like it.
Thank you. Okay, I gotta give him a nose while I'm here, though.
Now that I know he has a nose,
Now that I
can't
know he
leave
has
him
a
without one.
There.
That poor little ghost. How is he gonna smell?
I mean, I already took away his feet. Come on. Please give him a nose. Oh boy.
All right, Megan. Give me a number or let chat choose.
I don't know. They gave me a really quick one last time, so I think I'm just gonna go with a. What scale are we on? I can't do the inverse thing. Two next to the highest level.
Okay. I want you to draw. I don't know if this is a 2. In my heart, it feels like a 2, but I don't know that that's true. And so I'm going to say it, and if you say no, I won't be hurt. I will understand.
I noticed you
I
didn't
would
give
like-
me.
I would like you to draw Adam Ant,
Oh. The musician?
the
I will
superhero.
I will try, but a lot of his details are not in my brain. All right.
Lori, this version is the best one.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
I want to watch you draw all the time.
Yes.
And I'm worried that if you had a reference, it would be less. It would be like less your own creation and closer to the reference. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm glad you feel that way.
Like, I'm really happy to watch you draw like this. This is a very fun way for me to experience your art. So thank you.
You're welcome. I think it's hard because it occurred to me while we were doing this that I have not drawn anthropomorphic animals in probably 5 years, like just for myself, just for fun.
Mhm.
So I don't remember how to do this.
Yeah.
I am-
Big same.
Swan, you're killing it.
I got real mad about it. So, all right.
Do you want to see Birdman?
I do. I do want to see Birdman.
Okay.
Oh, I could not for the life of me figure out how to make the goggles, or I don't even know.
Yeah, the eye thing is really weird. I didn't remember he had a symbol on top of his head. I also didn't remember that he was basically Aquaman from the neck down.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about Birdman Googling him for this.
I have forgotten a lot about Birdman, is what I've learned. Oh,
Same.
yeah. that
I
eye thing.
only know Birdman as Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. That's the only version of Birdman that I still know.
Yeah, that's why I gave him a suit in that one. That was my. I need to have some sort of redemption.
Your
Gosh.
your bottom left one reminds me of something from either The Tick or like Venture Brothers or
It's big like Monarch and his
Yeah.
minions vibes. Yeah. Yeah. As I
Yeah.
was drawing it, I'm like, I know this isn't right, but I can't figure out how to fix it.
I love it. I love it. You don't need to fix it because it's perfect.
Oh goodness. That was a good one. That was hard.
That was hard. Give me a number, Swan.
I want 5. I want easy. I don't want to have to think so hard.
All right. Let's see. For 5, we're gonna go. Give me a Betty Rubble. We had Barney. Give me
Okay.
Betty.
Okay.
It's like all kinds of.
Let's see. In the Discord, Sonata has just shared her Captain Caveman. So I'm gonna open this up here and zoom out a bunch so that I can get it all in one little thing, and then I'm gonna pull up Captain Caveman. All right, and then we're gonna open Captain Caveman in the tab, and we're gonna go back to StreamYard. We're gonna share Captain Caveman, and then we are going to share Sonata's Captain Caveman.
Oh.
Right? It's
You got such great energy.
Sonata says she forgot the cape. But honestly, you got the spirit of the cape with the little polka dots on the chest. Yeah, exactly. Mushing the cape and the body together. This is my favorite part about this challenge is how like the pieces just kind of meld in your brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun. This is so fun.
There's so much brain mush.
Holy crap, Megan.
Oh, hold
You
on, I'm
serious?
almost done.
You serious?
Oh.
Those are really
God.
good. Like,
Oh, sweet baby.
I don't know that the details are right, but that's what popped into my head, and I don't know if it was from like Wacky Erasers or something. Him just like snarky little Ant-Man.
so I'm just gonna put this up. That's really good.
Oh my gosh. That's so
Like,
cute.
I got
I
close.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Like when I think Adam Ant, I could not visualize him at all, other than the helmet.
The helmet was key, and I was like, I know there's an A somewhere, so I threw it on the helmet and the shirt. I'm like, it's bound to be one of those.
I couldn't remember like what his shape was. I just remembered a big white helmet. Because in Wacky Racers, right, he's like usually in the car or whatever, and all you see is the helmet.
Yeah, I think I fused two concepts. I think there's an alien dude that probably looks more like my guy, but yay.
I think you might be right. This El Kabong feels like he's about to go like join the Wheel of Time like series
guitar.
on
He has a
like, on
guitar.
Amazon. Yeah.
He has a guitar right here,
Oh.
just in case you wanted to know where his musical talent was.
This
like he's
feels
so
oh, sorry, go ahead.
So
it
epic.
feels like a Ninja Turtles like the original Ninja Turtles comic version of El Kabong. Like it's so
I feel like
badass.
This is a special like homebrew D&D thing where it's like the horse bard. Like I could see this illustration on that sheet where you talk about him, and oh, I love it.
I think this shows if I were ever to become a furry artist. It shows about what level I'd be at.
I think if you did watercolor over this, it would be very like I don't know. Ace, tell me, is there a market for that kind of like ethereal furry art? You'd know. Like, I feel like if I were a furry, I would want weird ethereal art about it too. Yes, there is. Ace says so.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, Laura, like you're all set. Time to fire up that. I don't even. What do people sell art on nowadays?
I mean, I feel like there's still a pretty heavy market on DeviantArt.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want like. I didn't know if it had a connotation now. You know.
So honestly, I haven't been on DeviantArt in a very long time, so I don't know. Like I know a lot of artists moved away from Tumblr for a while. I think people are kind of moving back to it. But with so many artists, I feel like you've got their own like personal websites, and because the community is so strong, like word of mouth.
Sure.
Yeah,
Look at the lashes on this kabong.
Oh, I love it.
Look at those lashes. Let's go.
All I hear is the Wild West whistle. It's just going on.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
I mostly sell on my website. I've actually heard a lot of my friends are getting back into Discord, or not Discord, DeviantArt, because apparently they have a new system set up to help you take down NFTs from stolen art.
Oh.
Oh.
So that's a new thing that people are needing, of course.
What a weird world.
It's so bizarre to me.
Swan, your Betty's so cute.
I'm trying to close my eyes and like picture her in my head, because I think once again I was like, I know there's something else. I just have to get there.
Megan, do you want a number?
I will take a number and I will let chat pick it for me if
Okay.
y'all want. No pressure.
We got a 4, so an uncommon.
An uncommon.
Let me stop sharing real quick. All right, let's have you draw. Rosie the robot. I know I've already given you a Jetsons, and I'm sorry.
Oh no, not mechanical. Oh no.
Uh-oh, did
That's
I
the
find
best. Robots are so much fun.
Did I find a thing, Megan, that is not in your wheelhouse?
Kind of. I mean, I drew like her basic shape, but like trying to remember the details, I know I ain't gonna get it. But I will go for it because cylinders and circles.
Yeah. Yeah.
This El Kabong is so epic.
He really is. Like, I love him.
Yeah, this is the gritty El Kabong remake I didn't know I needed, and now can't live without. DC Universe, please buy Hanna-Barbera rights so that you can make this happen. Christopher Nolan probably ain't doing much after Tenet. Like, let's go. Do you want to see Betty Swan?
Yes, I do.
I noticed you stopped working on it, and so I wanted to.
I also just wanted to take a moment to admire El Kabong.
Oh God, it's so good, right? So I always had a huge crush on Betty Rubble as a kid.
I remember really liking the Flintstones, like just genuinely enjoying it.
When I was younger, it was definitely one of my favorites.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, she had the flip out instead of the flip in.
Yep. I swapped
Other
with
than
Megan.
that,
Yeah, not bad.
Our flips
Yeah.
are flipped.
Our flips are flipped. Okay. Hey, I got the hair. That's not bad.
oh my
All
God,
right.
y'all are right in chat. Warner Brothers owns Hanna-Barbera and DC Comics from Limey and Tigress at the same time. Again, on the same wavelength. That is a great point. Make it happen. It's like the Snyder cut all over again. We need to make it happen. We just need to bully the universe into making it happen.
Yes. Thank you.
Wow.
All right, so I'm gonna regret this because Birdman hurt me so badly, but she's the best mod ever, and Mayor Squish says I want someone to do a 1 tonight, so I'm gonna take 1. Mm-hmm.
All right.
No, LA. Take one for the team.
And then if it's terrible, then we can just end the stream. Like, bye.
Im's gonna rage quit on us.
It's okay. Mike knows how to end it. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I got this. Swan, a 1. A 1 is tricky, right? Because you want to give a very obscure cut
Mhm.
that also people will know when you draw it. And so I am struggling a little bit, but I think I've got a choice. I want you to draw Captain Mike Murphy.
Captain Mike Murphy. Okay. All right. I will take some hints to kind of get me started on this.
Captain Mike Murphy is the head of a crew. A crew on the Challenger Seamount.
Okay.
Captain Mike Murphy was down till he was underground. And then even further, he helped a group of people. You may remember him from a revival of his show.
Okay.
He was a scientist in a laboratory under the ocean.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with it. I don't think it's the right character from this show, but I'm going to draw the one that I can remember.
Laura.
Okay. I think I should probably call this.
I can't get enough of El Kabong. And I want to show you in canon El Kabong.
Okay. I can take that.
Why is that happening?
Oh gosh.
Don't look at
Oh.
that. If you have any sort of sensitivity, I am very sorry. There we go. That was crazy.
Oh
Okay,
my
I mean,
God.
so mine's like basically exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I fail to see a difference. Corporate wants you to find the differences between these two pictures. That's the situation we're dealing with here. Yep, that fixed it exactly, Laura. Just that little cleanup, and now we're perfect. Honestly, though, like, yeah,
It's like expectations, reality.
yeah. If anything, I feel like El Kabong on the right here is the Wish version of
Yes.
Laura's El Kabong.
Oh, this is someone trying to describe El Kabong and the artist being like, yeah, I could draw a horse with a rapier. And
Oh, you
I mean,
want a horse that plays guitar and uses a rapier? Yeah, I got you. Sounds pretty
It is-
epic.
I mean, that is literally what happened.
I have a
Although-
request though. If it becomes a movie, I need Antonio Banderas to voice.
Oh,
Yes.
obviously.
Definitely.
Obviously.
yeah.
First
no-
choice. That's hilarious.
Oh, so good.
So good.
I knew it was going to be weird, but not like that.
I do appreciate that you like drew a line across that horse's chest and were like, oh, this is where I'll put the nipples. And then you were like, wait,
More muscles.
this is a horse?
Yeah, I can put it there. There you go. Is that what
Thank
you were
you.
looking for?
Yep. That's exactly it. And then the next two. Yep. Perfect.
I
Oh,
have like the
you
little
know,
rib cage there.
them sweet horse nipples. Oh, look at
Those are for
I
Steve.
can take
If
the full
Steve
orders.
is still here, those are absolutely for you.
There you go.
Oh, now we gotta blur it on Instagram though. Before we can post it on Instagram.
Free the horse nipples. Is that a hashtag we can start? If you enjoy Doodle Crew, please tell your friends with the hashtag free the horse nipples. That's the
Oh,
one
God.
that we're going to use moving forward for all Doodle Crew related everything.
That is fantastic.
Let's
All right,
see.
I drew a robot.
Hey,
I don't think her
that's
wheels are right at all. Like I feel like that is not what that looks like.
We're going to have to pop this
I
up
think that
here.
looks-
and-
I think that looks basically perfect.
Yeah,
Based on my
you.
memory.
especially the
Thank you,
head.
Laura.
The head is great.
Yeah, the head
Ah!
Yeah,
is good. It's really close.
That is
really
so
good.
I felt like I'm like, there's got to be something on top of her head, but there's no way she has hair. What is it?
Hanna-Barbera, why?
And they did actually put her in a skirt. I am mad now. I just said that as a joke. So okay, and then she's got like the like office chair wheels. Got it.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, almost.
She's basically a vacuum cleaner.
That makes
Sexy
sense.
vacuum cleaner.
Amen. You know, that's what we've always wanted. Horse nipples and a sexy vacuum cleaner.
That's why you come to
We're
Doodle Crew.
delivering tonight.
That's right.
Oh, these are not.
All right, let's
I
see.
think I'm behind everyone else. Okay.
Well, the kabong was worth it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, the kabong was so good. So good. I couldn't be happier.
Give me
Um,
something easy. I need an easy one.
I feel
all right. Let's have you work on. So you don't want another member of C Lab as your
No, thank you.
okay. I'm going to give you a snork.
Oh,
I don't remember what each individual snork's name is, but I remember what they look like in general. And so we will just pull up a whole bunch of snorks in a bit and compare them to what you draw. If that sounds all right.
That sounds fine. Although in my head I'm seeing like Smurfs, and I know that's not right.
Smurfs, but make them weird.
Yeah.
Smurfs, but they live
No,
somewhere
I
else.
know.
And remember, snorks are an underwater
Oh, that's
group.
right. they
Oh, that's
are.
right.
Characters.
Yeah.
Creature thing. I mean, I think they
Sonata
fall in the
says-
same category
Yeah.
as Smurfs. They're
Sonata says
thing.
one of them was named Tudor Shelby.
Oh my god!
So there's that.
Oh no!
Snorks.
Mm-hmm.
Snorks.
I feel like this is the anime version of this character. Also,
It's a
I'm
very-
not
You're not what?
I'm not positive it's the correct one. Like, I know it's a character from the show, but I really don't think it's the right one. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
It is okay. You know what's great about this? It's all okay.
Also, I think Sonata is feeling. Did you give her a 3? I'm sorry, I
Oh.
can't put sentences together.
I don't think I did. I think I missed the 3 request. Let's see. 3, middle of the page. Middle of the pack is what I mean to say, not page. How about some of these are very easy, so I can't do those. Captain Planet feels like a 3.
Oh,
Captain Planet? No, Captain Planet is like.
You think
I would've-
Captain Planet is like a 4?
I think it's pretty easy.
I was gonna say I would have killed for Captain Planet, but I think it's because that was the show that I watched. Like
Me
that was
too.
the one that I watched a lot of. So
Okay.
That's fair.
Well, then fine, y'all. We won't do a Captain Planet. We will do. Sorry, Sonata. I thought I was giving you a 3, but apparently everyone else says no. That's hard. I mean, that's easy. So, how about? It's too bad. Let's do Droopy.
Oh,
Droopy the dog. The Tex Avery original.
ah, yeah.
Yes. And then, all right, Megan, what are you feeling? I'm feeling like we are hitting kind of the end of my ability to focus anymore after the day that I've had.
Yeah.
And my need for food is coming up.
I'll take one more, and I think I'll stick in the middle. I'll go with the 3.
Okay.
Em took the 1 for the team, so I will take advantage of that.
All right. I want you to draw me now my scale's all off because I felt like felt like Captain Planet was a 3, but y'all are no.
I would
So
say Gaia from Captain Planet.
Magilla Gorilla.
Ooh. Oh, face.
Oh, the face was perfect. I already had to draw a shark. I couldn't remember what it looked like. Oh man.
I have no idea what Magilla Gorilla looks like. I have not Googled him, but I know the name. The name makes me feel like it's a 3.
He's purple. I swear he's purple.
I swear he's purple.
Sounds good to me.
I feel like also I'm remembering just how many anthropomorphic animals Hanna-Barbera has.
They loved them.
Obscene. It's
Yeah.
obscene how many they have. Oh.
All right, so Swan.
Yes. Let's...
This is my favorite picture of of Captain Mike Murphy. So this is the one I'm sharing.
Okay.
Because this is hilarious to me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I just didn't make him old enough. All right. It was the one I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got the short hair. It's the short-haired man from C-Lab with the stub nose.
Yep.
So yeah.
Funny.
I just can't believe someone like besmirched Captain Mike Murphy's name by placing him next to that shit stain like that. That was weird. Here we are.
Yep.
All right. Swan, I want you to do a really fast one for me.
Okay.
And I want you to draw me I don't know what this is. You're gonna draw me Dangling Wolf.
Oh no! I've never heard that name before.
Me neither.
Dangling Wolf.
Yep.
Okay.
Now that I see it, I know the character. But I did not before. Here's my helpful hint to you, Swan.
Okay.
This is a Hanna-Barbera character.
Okay.
It was created by both Hanna and Barbera.
Okay.
Here
so
is
got
my
angles. We've got squiggles.
Yeah.
He's probably got Fluffy on his top of his head.
Here is my other hint for you. The character is a sidekick.
Oh, jeez.
He is a sidekick to a character who looks a lot like Snagglepuss, but isn't. Which is kind of weird. Actually, now that I look at this character and I think about Snagglepuss, I think they're the same, just with a different color palette. You know, like in video games where you fight like the one version of the bad guy, and then you fight the other version of the bad guy, but he's like purple, so he's harder.
Yeah,
that's what this feels like. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh. My cat's being a dick.
And so let's see, how are our snorks coming along? The way they're like falling around like that. So the positions and stuff remind me of a like not a horror movie, but like one of those like unsettling doll situations. You know what I mean?
They're floating.
That makes more sense.
I thought they looked like Pikmin, like sweet little baby Pikmin.
I was picturing like dolls being like thrown or whatever.
I mean, that's
like,
pretty funny. I'm okay with that.
I blame being 14 and Korn's Follow the Leader coming out at the same time as I was 14 on this interpretation of that drawing. And so I'm sorry. Thanks a lot, Hot Topic. Jerks. This Magilla is terrifying.
I have given up all hope of knowing what this character looks like. Right now, I'm just going for the 80s extreme remake that never was, okay?
Okay. I can
That's what I'm
vibe with
going
that.
for.
I can vibe with that. I like the eyes giving me some like Five Nights at Freddy's feel.
God.
It's spicy out here, y'all. We are hitting that point where
Look, he's
Steph
rocking his
just
boat.
asked me what I want for dinner. And
Mm.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Give him a...
And then she said she did that thing, when you're trying to figure out food and someone says pizza and that's all you can think about from then on.
Mhm.
And that's all you want. She did that to me.
With pizza.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that solves the problem of not knowing what you want then.
Yeah. Sounds like pizza.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm trying to like eat less pizza. When I say it like that, I feel like a cartoon character, not a real human being adult. But here I am, doing my best. They are like little floaty Kodama. That is kind of what they're like. They're super cute. Now that they have expressions, I'm like 50-50 on if that's better or not. Thank you, Megan. I saw you in the color picker. We're gonna make this purple, right?
We're totally going for purple, and I am starting to question my sanity because there is another character called Grape Ape who is purple, and I'm wondering if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but Grape Ape was a cereal, right? Or like a
No, he's on a different cartoon.
was he a cartoon?
I'm not allowed to Google right now because I'm trying to do
You're
things from
you're
memory.
not. That's true. Grape Ape was a cartoon. Grape Ape was purple. Let's see. Grape Ape is also a strain of weed. Grape Ape is
totally a gorilla. Totally a gorilla.
Grape Ape was also Hanna-Barbera.
Okay.
Well, shit.
I'm sure
Grape Ape and
will
Magilla are different people, though.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Now, that said, I do not know if Grape Ape and Magilla are like different colored versions of the same bad guy. Oh, they
He's
are
a
not.
bad
And
guy?
now that I see Magilla Gorilla, I know exactly what he looks like.
Shoot, that's not right.
You know, looking at him, I know what he looks like.
Strange how that works.
Ah.
I feel like it's cheating just a little.
Hey, I'm the host. I can cheat however I want.
That's why I said I can't Google, because if I Google and find one, I'll probably find the other.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
I'm so
I-
impressed.
I don't know what the backs of their heads look like. Like, this has been a consistent thing. Like, I just don't know. I understand the front, and then the back doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I feel like it could
Awesome.
also be like that kind of shape. Maybe that's a little bit better. That's more angular. I mean, last minute change. I'm gonna go with that. Also, doesn't have a neck for some reason. I don't know why.
Necks are
They're
unnecessary.
overrated.
Yeah.
overrated.
You're doing a great job, Swan.
Steph says you're doing a great job.
Thank you. He looks kind of wolf-like. It's wolf adjacent, at least.
Wolf adjacent.
I concur. I concur that my gorilla is gorilla adjacent. Like, not really. I have no idea what a gorilla looks like, let alone
I
a
agree
cartoon
that
one.
mine looks super creepy.
I
Oh,
wish
I
you
can't
leave,
figure out the eyes.
leave their
Or
little
just
dead
the-
eyes like that. Just leave.
Yeah,
them
I was gonna say the way you keep like giving them pupils and then taking them away so that it just like makes the pits darker. So scary.
There we go.
What's going on,
Starting out
Simpkin?
with a really cute idea, and it turned into a horror show really fast.
I love
Kind of
it.
what we do.
So let's Google a picture of Snorks so that we can get these guys pulled up. All right, here's all 14. There are 14.
14 of them.
I learned. You ready to see some Snorks, Laura?
Sure. They can't be any scarier than mine.
Little demon babies.
Here they come.
I mean, you
So
got
they-
the head things right.
Those
Yeah,
are
they
so
kinda-
adorable. Oh, and they have hair and stuff.
Yeah, they look like
I missed
sea
something.
monkeys, I guess.
They do.
The pupils are haunting.
Is that better? That's better, right?
Yeah, what about now that their eyes are just X's? Like,
So much better.
oh, that reminds. Oh, stop it! It just keep getting scarier.
now draw little skulls for pupils.
Oh my God.
We'll have Tim Burton snorks going on.
Seriously.
I think the one that's the least creepy is the one that you can't really see at all.
Yeah,
Face.
that's a good way to make them not creepy. Is just to not show them.
Oh my God.
Let's see who else. Okay, so we will do Magilla next.
Oh god.
Here he comes. Classic. You all know from this photo that this is Magilla Gorilla, right? Because he looks exactly like this, as you can see here.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
They're like
He
the
has
same.
a purple hat and a purple bow tie.
I am shocked at the bow tie being like that's a good call.
He's the
Wow.
one with the hat.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
he's
have
the one
gotten
with the
that.
hat and the cane.
Oh no.
Sonata likes your version, Megan. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like your version is he seems like the type to tell you about kicking a goose. You know what I mean? Like that's just the
Yes.
vibe I get from
Oh
your
my
Magilla.
gosh. I'm putting an ear back in now.
You know what he reminds me of is characters from Little Nemo. Like that kind of like little like vaudevillian I'm trying to think of I don't remember the character's name, but he was like the one who tried to pull Nemo along through Dream World, but
Oh, the vagabond. The
like that's the vibe I'm
oh.
getting from him.
Oh. What is his name?
Yeah, I got
So
nothing.
Swan, I wanted to show you
Oh dear.
what Dangling Wolf is from first.
Okay.
So this is Hokey Wolf.
Oh, I always
Tell
forget
me
to give
this
them
isn't
collars.
Snagglepuss.
Yeah, that's super Snagglepuss.
Like, tell me that isn't exactly just Snagglepuss, the brown one, you know? Because, like, Snagglepuss is purple or pink or whatever, right?
I think purple, but I'm just on a kick of purple now. So,
And so this is Dangling
Oh.
Wolf.
oh wow,
I am shocked
Aw.
at how close you are.
That's like Fubu, but a
he's
wolf.
so precious.
Yeah, it's like Boo Boo or Scrappy Doo, but like a
Yeah.
wolf version.
Well, BB, He's so much cuter.
And so, honestly, though, like the same, pretty close vibes, Swan. Like that same little plucky attitude,
was gonna
but yours
say-
is like the bad guy version.
Yeah, my
and
stuff's the
yours
bad
is
guy.
good
I just went like, okay, so how do I draw a Hanna-Barbera character? It's a wolf. Here's what I'm gonna draw. Oh god, he's so precious.
Yes, Dangling Wolf is very cute. I am curious now what Snagglepuss looks like. Snaggle. Oh boy. Snagglepuss looks nothing like what I thought.
Aw.
And so we're just going to do this real quick. We're going to share Snagglepuss and remark on the fact that Snagglepuss is Pink Panther
Mixed with the wolf.
mixed with Dingling Wolf.
I also
And that's it.
I have forgotten that they pulled the Playboy Bunny trick and did like collars and cuffs randomly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think what you've
Like
taught
no
me, Mike,
shirt.
is I don't remember Hanna-Barbera nearly as well as I thought I might.
Yeah, I was shocked to learn how off my memory was. But I was really, really appreciative of y'all for having a similar. Oh yeah, just erase just their faces. That's not terrifying, Laura. That doesn't make it
Well, now they're
super weird.
heartless.
Yeah,
Oh
yikes.
god, they are a little heartless.
It's a little terrifying.
Um,
Oh,
this was awesome, y'all. Thank you so much.
this was so much fun. Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
joining us and playing along.
Laura, you keep making it scarier.
Oh, I don't know. The bottom one is kind of cute now.
The bottom one, yeah, the bottom one looks all right.
I'm fully embracing the creepy is what's going on here. They don't look like snorks anymore, but you know, they're not quite as terrifying.
Oh my god, y'all! Sonata just shared their droopy, her droopy in the chat, and so I'm gonna share this. Let everybody appreciate this because
Oh,
Snoopy Droopy Brain Mush feels like the exact way I would. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And
That is so
for
cute.
folks who don't remember Droopy,
He's just
this
Oh.
little sad flopsy, the little pigeon toes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
The sad
Oh.
eyes. What I really love about Sonata's drawings all night is that she nailed the eyes every single time. And the eyes, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul.
No, they don't.
So,
Like,
I don't know whose soul Laura has been looking into.
Oh god. I like it that you can still see the shadow and it looks like a weird nose thing. Like I'm getting Caterpillar from James and the Giant Peach vibes. Oh,
100% uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Come be my
am-
friend.
Come play with us.
Swan, thank you so much for having me tonight. This
Oh.
was so fun. I hope everyone in chat had a good time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for letting me come play with you.
Yeah. Hey, Mike,
Can
if they
we-
want to see more of your fun stuff, where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me every other Wednesday on a podcast called In Addition with my friend Emily Swan and my fiance Steph and our friend Tony, who can't tell the two of you apart. That's in ADD Pod here on Twitch. That's in Addition Pod everywhere else across the internet. You can also find me at Future X Skeleton on the Twitter. The X is silent, so you don't have to say it. What about you, Laura Charles? Where can people find you?
You can find me at Lauracharles.art, basically everywhere. So, although I spend most of my time on Twitter and Instagram right now. So,
And also designing nightmares. So
yeah,
thank you.
yeah. I'd say most of my things tonight were kind of nightmarish. So,
But I want that dark timeline, like storybook of all of these. Like these
I
are like
want
grim
all of
fairy
those.
tale.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want a collaboration where Laura does the charcoals and then Squish does the watercolors. So bad to capture my dreams and nightmares, because that's how I feel like I live my life. Megan, where can people find you?
Oh, hey, they can find me at Megan C Creates on Instagram and on Twitter, and yeah, that's where I mainly post is Instagram these days. So,
Yeah.
And then, as always, Swan, you want to take us home?
Yeah. So you can find me across the internet at a swan named Emily. I'm all over the place. If you want to see more Doodle Crew, follow us over on my YouTube page. We have season 1 episodes there. We have the interviews with all these amazing people. And we have season 2 episodes that get posted. You can also tag at us anywhere across the internet at Doodle Crew Draw. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, where you can see the art from these amazing episodes. If you have a prompt or suggestion that you'd like to see us do, send us a message. If you'd like to be a part of the Discord, send me a message and you can join in. Yeah, and keep drawing. And thank you so much. We love you all. Just thank you. Thank you again, Mike. This was great.
Of course. Thanks, y'all. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
being here. You do magic. Honest to God magic. Real life, actual magic. And I can't believe how lucky I was to get to be here. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.